It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. New set.
Oh, yes it will.
There it is. Finish it off. The new set.
Yeah.
Well, one of a few.
That's original.
Boom.
One of many.
It might change, but welcome to That's Not
Welcome
News.
back.
With a nice brick wall back again.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time.
No
Literally.
more green screens for you boys.
Terrible.
And we are ready once again, myself and Sav, to talk you through the biggest news stories of the week.
Indeed.
Are you feeling good?
I'm on it, bro.
Energy's up
I'm on it.
because we're having one hell of a week at Forza.
Oh, man.
4 days and 3 videos, all coming for you good people out there.
Because you're worth it.
Because you are worth it, like L'Oreal. Boom! We start, as always, with Fans Corner.
Yeah.
First of all, a shout out to Bernie Galb.
Bernie!
11. Big Burn.
The big man.
He told us last week that we should separate the voting. The Hall of Fame and the Hall of Shame is how we started. We know we have the Hall of Legends for Mr. John Babb.
Yep.
But he said we should segment it that 90% and up for Hall of Fame becomes the Hall of Legends. Where we know John is.
Makes sense, yeah.
Jonathan
All
Babb,
of Bab, all of legends.
JBB.
Nice.
Boom! Hall of Fame, Hall of Shame stands as it is, underneath those areas. And then 90% to shame or more is Hall of Disgrace.
Ooh.
The reason we're going to go with this, mate, is because last week we asked you to vote on Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
And you voted.
How did that do?
It missed joining the Bab
By
1 percentile. 89% of you guys voted for the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
but it just missed
That's
out on
mad.
the Legends,
89%.
on the Corridor of Heroes.
Ryan Reynolds is gutted.
He is. He
Yeah.
phoned us earlier and was like, come on, boys, like, can we
Yeah.
just make some fake accounts and start voting?
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Nah.
He hasn't got a clue who we are.
Big up you, Ryan, though.
But big up Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And as you said earlier, he's a big fan of Deadpool, so if anyone's going to
Yeah.
go close,
I mean, look at this. Might as well be him right now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
looking very Deadpool-esque.
Bit of a...
Me looking like Salmon Man.
Bit of a... What's that? Bit of Versace?
Bit of Versace.
What in the
Boom!
hell is this?
I mean, that's just getting cocky now.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Probably since...
Someone called out that he was wearing the same stuff in 2 videos, so now he's bringing out all the tracksuits.
Yeah.
Look at him. But it's a new week!
It is a new week.
And this week, we want you guys to vote, thanks to Akib Ahmed for sending it in,
Big up Akib.
on the new game coming out, A Way Out.
Oh,
And it's
yes.
a very, very interesting game because it's pretty much entirely built on co-op. Is that right?
It's completely cut. So it's a story-based video game, completely in co-op. So the whole thing is split screen. So
Wicked
whether
for you
you're
and your mates.
whether you're playing with a mate like me and you playing here now,
We're mates.
Best friends forever and ever. Oh, friend.
Boom!
just about. I'm sorry. Or playing at home with your mate at his home, playing online. It's split screen either way you play it.
So, well, first of all, before we have a little more talk about A Way Out,
Yeah.
let's take a little look at what's going on.
Yeah.
Roll VT.
Boom.
What's your plan?
Stay the hell away from me, okay?
I'm sure you have good reasons to bust out of here, but I need to get out of here too.
Yeah? Not my problem.
So that was A Way Out. I think it looks pretty cool.
It does look cool.
You know, prison settings, mischief and you know, laundry and stuff like that.
Mischief and laundry.
Stuff like that.
Pretty much what prison's all about. Mischief and laundry.
Big up Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, it looks wicked.
Yeah, yeah.
There's it seems a very interesting type of game, and I think from what we've seen from the trailer and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like cut scenes can be happening with one of you, while the other one can just walk around and play the game.
Doing their thing.
So interesting concept. It's
Yeah.
gonna be cool to see what comes of it, and if any other games will take it on. I personally think the split screen thing might hold it back because even though it's cool to see what your friend's doing,
Yeah.
if you're not in the room with each other, giving the whole section of your TV away to see what someone else is doing, like having it screen in screen with like a little thing in the corner for what he's seeing could be cool. But
Yeah.
having it the whole half gone, do you know what I mean? It's a little bit, it
I
limits
mean-
you in some ways.
I think it depends. I'm going to disagree with Dave Warner on this one. I think if you've got a 19,
dissension.
if you've got a 19-inch TV, then of course it's going to be mad for you, innit? You're trying to play a game and you're looking at your brethren playing. He's probably on a 50-incher. Do you know what I mean? He's living life.
Mine's bigger than that.
Boom.
But then, if you think about it, I quite like the idea of being able to see what my mate's doing. Because half the time, if I'm playing something online, yeah, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Where are you now? And it's kind of like, I don't need to say that no more.
Exactly, that's cool.
So it's kind of just like, yeah, he's there.
You can link up a bit more.
Exactly.
Other thing that came into my mind though is like, you know, you ever had that thing where like you can get hooked into watching someone play a game?
Yeah.
What if the section of the game your friend is at is
more
a hell
interesting.
of a lot more interesting than where you
that
are?
is potentially
so that
a good
could
point.
be an interesting side to it.
Yeah.
Do you end up just not even playing it your way because you end up just watching what your boy's doing?
Yeah.
Or your girl, everyone's playing. We're all part of it. The ball's up nation.
Yeah.
Let's all go and play a way out. But what we want you guys to do is comment down below, not even that actually, vote right up wherever in the poll and tell us, Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame, what do you think about a way out? Get in contact and let us know. And before we cut to the biggest stories of the week, we also want to give a shout out to James Harvard, who commented for Fans Corner for us to do Ready Player One. All we're saying is, keep your eyes open on some of the quizzes coming out in the next couple of weeks, because we might have a Ready Player One themed challenge going on in the middle.
Yeah.
Could be some interesting stuff. So shout out to all of you. Keep your comments coming in, vote in the poll, let us know. Now to the biggest stories of the week. What happened with Boris Johnson this week, Sav?
He got put right in his place. By is it the Speaker of the House?
The
is
Speaker.
That the title? Or is it...
Big man John Bercow.
Is that his name?
John Bercow.
What a legend he is.
Yeah, he is.
What a legend he is. He absolutely nailed him for what he said about that woman.
The Speaker is the guy that basically, when they're having their debates going across, you know, like about politics of both sides doing whatever in the House, the Speaker is the guy that keeps the rules in place and keeps everything going the way it should be.
He's like a ref, as it were. Do you know what I mean?
But this is a ref that when things get out of hand, bang!
Yeah.
In he comes.
All kinds of that stuff.
You've just been Berco'd.
Get a grip of yourself, man. Come. Take up yoga, you'll find it beneficial, man.
Boom.
Do you know what I mean?
And Boris got Berco'd.
Berco'd.
It's like Rio Ferdinand's new series, you've been Berked. It's not Merked anymore. I mean, you can't buy that kind of stuff.
You got murked.
Have you been hurt by a bad pun in the workplace?
Well, have you had your joke stolen by someone at work? Go back to a quiz a few weeks ago and you hear me say that same thing. Yeah. Have you been hurt by a bad pun in the workplace?
I'm using
Carry
it on
on
you.
What happened with Boris?
Basically, he was addressing a lady in the house, as it were.
Emily Thornberry.
That's the name of her. Who is with somebody called something Nugent, I believe.
Nugie, something like that? Yeah.
Is it Nugie or Nugie?
I think it's Nugie.
There you go. Terrible name anyway.
You're thinking of Big Dave Nugent.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Played one and scored one for England. The worst
best goal ever.
Stolen goal in the history of football. Drop in a clip of that.
You know, 1 cup, 1 goal. You know, I'm claiming the goal.
Boom! Just nicked it at the last minute. Anyway, Nugie is her husband's name, who I believe is he holds a title of some
He holds a title, doesn't he? Anyway, he said something a little bit derogatory towards her, as in Lady Nugie, or called her Nugie, or something like that. Sort of just trying to be a little bit degrading.
The Baroness, whatever it is, I can't remember what it is. Nugie.
Boom!
And sort of...
referring to her by her husband's name.
Yeah, sort of making her property.
Go by.
Do you know what I mean? Making her... Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't cool, was it?
Yeah,
it was a little bit sexist.
In terms of politics, she goes under her maiden name, which is Thornberry.
Yeah.
And he tried to make a joke in the house about referring to her as if, like you say, as if she's known for being his wife, as opposed to in her own right. Bercow was having none of it.
None of it.
Stood right up and went, Boris, sort yourself out, mate.
Yeah.
Right? This ain't happening in my gaff.
Yeah.
By the titles of their spouses. The Shadow Foreign Secretary has a name. And it's not Lady something. We know what her name is. And it is inappropriate and frankly sexist to speak in those terms.
Boom! Don't make me come over there and give you these hands, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Give you a right slap, man.
Boom! These, what are they called? Breadcrumbs?
You have to drop that in.
You got to drop it in.
These ain't no crumbs, mate.
These ain't no breadcrumbs.
Boom!
You know, when I start throwing them around.
But yeah, so shout out John Bercow for standing up, doing what's right, and more than anything as well, 1, standing up, but 2, putting the mophead back in his place.
And you can hear him in the background saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
Backtracked right away.
Oh dear, oh no, oh no.
It was like a school kid but getting told off, wasn't it?
Yeah, literally.
Big man Bercow.
Big mop.
Shout out to you, the big man.
Calm yourself.
Boom!
So on to some big money news. Big money news.
Big money news. Dollar bills, y'all.
What are we talking about today as far as big money goes?
We're talking about $250 million dollar bills.
Ooh, bit of that.
Damn!
Boom!
Ooh, that was lovely synchronization. That
was
That
amazing.
was beautiful.
Boom! But you can't overplay it because then it stops being cool, doesn't it?
Well,
just leave it. Just let it be.
All right.
What's getting 250 bills spent on it?
Lord of the Rings television series.
Boom. Tolkien in at your face.
Amazon commissioned it though, didn't they?
Yeah, they beat Netflix. To the punch,
yeah, that's a mazza. Because Netflix has been getting everything recently. I feel like Netflix have really come to the forefront as far as like series and stuff.
Star Trek and stuff like that, haven't they? Been commissioning series.
Bro,
like that.
it's been nuts. So I feel like this is a big step in the right direction for Amazon. Not only that, but the brand Lord of the Rings itself, it doesn't come much bigger than that as far as like fantasy, a film in the fantasy genre. So for them to be making a television series out of this.
Yeah, when you think about like big films and big film franchises over the last maybe like decade, 2 decades, probably even the history of time in terms of film.
Yeah.
Like, Lord of the Rings is right up there with one of the big money moves. Like it absolutely smashed it, and then you got Hobbit and things like that coming off the back. Only a matter of time really before someone, especially in this like the today's world that's so obsessed with big binge series, to say, bang, let's get it going in a TV setup. Amazon, straight in with the big bucks, $250 million have paid the money to get this thing made. Boom! And the interesting thing as well is that that's the money to buy. I might be wrong, but I think that's the money to buy the rights to do it. Because what they said is it's probably going to be even more because they haven't taken into account like production.
The actual production of it is going to be more. I thought that was including everything.
Think about Lord of the Rings. If you want to do a TV production anywhere near half the level of that trilogy, your TV production costs is going to be big money. I mean, you're talking the kind of budgets we have for brick walls like this behind us. Yeah. This ain't bought with no dust.
Nah.
This is big money spending, especially when you've got a mate who's very good with a bit of wallpapering. Boom.
But like going back to the thing, when you think about things that can rival it or things in the same genre, right? So you talk about Game of Thrones, yeah? Game of Thrones was spending, I believe, roughly £10 million an episode on season 6. So I don't even want to know what they were spending on season 7.
How many episodes are we talking there?
That was, I believe, 10 episodes.
10 to 100
but that's production,
million.
so that's not even as. I don't know whether that includes like the actors' wages and.
You got to take marketing costs.
Yeah, so I mean,
all these other things into it.
This is just big money, big money. But Lord of the Rings is bigger. Yeah. Just as a brand, so you're going to expect it to be making more as well.
It's going to be interesting. It'd be very interesting to see if it actually will rival things like a Game of Thrones. They do exist in similar fantasy worlds, so. How are people going to feel about a TV series like this? Is it going to get a good reception? It could definitely get a negative one. There is always the case with big money brands like this if you take it too far. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. But here at Balls Up, we ain't about seeing what they do. No. We're about hearing what you think. Yes. So we want you guys to comment down below and let us know, would you want to see a Lord of the Rings TV series? If so, do you think they can pull it off? And what do you want to see in it? Which cast members would you like to see coming back?
You want all the man them back in there. Your Gimlis, your Gandalfs, your Legolasses.
Your Gimlis.
You get me?
It's the ring.
Boom! But we're not about what they're going to be doing with it. At Balls Up, we're all about what you people think. So we want you to comment down below 3 things. Do you want to see Lord of the Rings in a TV format? Do you think they can pull it off?
Do you?
And the biggest one, who do you want to see return?
Oh, come on, bro.
What characters do you want to see?
You need all of the man them in there, man. You
all
need
of them?
Your Gimlis, your Gandalfs, your Legolasses, your Aragorns, son of Arathorn, all of them, man.
You want a bit of Sauron?
I want a new villain in there.
Yeah?
Yeah, new man.
What about Gandalf, though?
I just said Gandalf, but cool.
Boom! Did you say him?
I think so.
I don't think you did.
Okay, well, Gandalf then.
Get Gandalf in.
The white one. Not the grey one. The grey one was decent, but the white man was taking it. Jesus took it to a next level.
Get McKellen a payday.
Yeah.
The big man Ian. Yeah. But, as we said, we want you guys to comment down below and let us know what you think. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan? Do you want to see it? Yeah. And by the time we come back on your answers on that, I might have even gone and watched the original 3 because I fell asleep in the cinema. Not my kind of thing. But I'll give it a go. For for you people, for the Balls Up Nation, I will go back and I will try and watch Lord of the Rings. And I
Please
apologise.
do.
I apologise in advance because I know I'm going to get the comments saying, "Oh, you've never watched Lord of the Rings. What's wrong with you?" I'm sorry.
You probably watch things that they haven't watched as well, so
Yeah, it's not talk about
make yourself feel
Let's not
better.
talk about them. We'll come.
Do you know what I mean? So I'll stop touching you now.
Yeah, just end it there. So there we have it. That was your feed of news for
Yes.
the week, brought to you by the two biggest men on Balls Up. Mainly because Joe and Dave are actually very slim.
Two of the biggest beards as well.
The two biggest beards. Shout out to, do you know what? Shout out to all of you lot that give me and Sav nothing but love in the comments. If we come in, after this goes out on a weekend, we come into work on a Monday, and you should see Joe's little face when he's reading through all the comments, and all they are about is Beard Gang, and get these two their own show,
all
and
of that
hashtag sack Joe and Jackson. I mean, keep them coming,
Yeah.
because it makes us feel great, and everyone likes to feel good on a Monday. But make sure you subscribe, keep your comments coming, vote in the poll for Fans Corner, all that good stuff. Yeah. Keep following the Instagrams and all that kind of stuff, because the two guys here, we do actually read your messages. Unlike
of course
the others.
we do.
We are the people's corner.
Of course you do.
Of Balls Up.
And actually, one thing as well, before you go, make sure you watch Agony Uncles. Your boys are doing doubles this week.
We did doubles this week. We did. We did.
Give it a watch. It's actually a good one.
Send your problems
Yeah.
for the Mandem to solve. We will crack down and fix everything. We really probably can't, but we'll make it funny.
We'll do our best.